Have you ever wondered how a simple can of WD-40 could save you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration around the house? In today's video, Grandpa is about to reveal 12 incredible hacks that turn everyday problems into quick, effortless solutions. From banishing rust on old tools to breathing new life into squeaky doors, these tricks will prove just how versatile WD-40 can be. Get ready to see your household chores in a whole new light. Grandpa's tips might just change the way you tackle those pesky little tasks for good. Number 1. Eliminating rust on vintage tools. WD-40 can be a game changer when dealing with corrosion on older metal implements. Grandpa noticed that a light coat sprayed onto the surface of hammers, wrenches, or screwdrivers with persistent rust spots makes it easier to loosen those flaking deposits. After a brief soak, any loose debris can be wiped away with a rag or gently brushed off with a piece of fine steel wool. This approach, which benefits from WD-40's moisture-displacing formula, allows the underlying metal to remain shielded from damp conditions. Historically, many people used harsh chemicals or lengthy sanding procedures to achieve the same result, but WD-40's proprietary blend streamlines the process. Be sure to work in a well-ventilated area to avoid inhaling fumes and wear protective gloves if you have sensitive skin. Grandpa also suggests regularly reapplying a thin coating to preserve the tool's condition over time. By preventing oxidation and guarding against further moisture damage, these once-neglected items can be revived for many more years of use. Interestingly, recent online discussions highlight that even heavily rusted items can show significant improvement with repeated applications over a few days. This new insight underscores WD-40's continuing popularity among professional restorers and hobbyists alike. As of late, some tool enthusiasts mention using the WD-40 Specialist Rust Remover Soak in tandem with the traditional spray formula for deeper corrosion removal, emphasizing how combining these products accelerates results. This dual strategy has popped up in 2024 DIY forums, where users report restoring antique tools faster than older methods without damaging the original metal finish. Number 2. Loosening sticky adhesives. When Grandpa encounters stubborn stickers or labels on bottles, jars, or household objects, he reaches for WD-40 to help dissolve the tacky residue. A modest spray on the adhesive zone breaks down the bond so that it can be peeled off without scraping. One major advantage is that WD-40 helps prevent surface scratches that might occur from aggressive methods like razor blades. Allowing the product to sit for 30 seconds or so can make a big difference in how easily the residue slides off. Depending on the type of material, glass, metal, or plastic, it's usually safe to wipe or rub gently with a damp cloth afterward. Some modern adhesives, especially those on heavy-duty packaging tape, can be surprisingly resilient, but WD-40 helps overcome that challenge. Online tutorials also point out that if residue lingers, a second application often finishes the job. Grandpa likes to rinse the area with mild soap and water to remove any leftover lubricant and ensure everything stays clean and odor-free. In 2023, multiple YouTube channels showcase this exact technique for removing price tags on thrift store finds, highlighting how it saves time compared to harsh chemical agents. A few test results published in recent blog posts confirm that WD-40 outperforms common household liquids like vinegar for tough adhesive spots, though it should be used sparingly on delicate plastics to prevent any potential discoloration. Number 3. Polishing and protecting garden equipment. Grandpa's backyard tools endure constant exposure to soil, rain, and dew, making them vulnerable to rust and general wear. By spraying a fine layer of WD-40 on metal spades, shovels, or pruning shears, he creates a barrier that fights off moisture accumulation. This practice is especially practical in humid climates, where condensation quickly clings to any exposed steel. After applying the product, Grandpa usually wipes away the excess to prevent any slipperiness that might hinder grip. Research on various gardening forums shows that consistent use of WD-40 can significantly extend the functional life of many implements, reducing the need for frequent replacements. Additionally, the formula's slick coating prevents mud or dirt from caking on surfaces, making it simpler to hose off debris. Some enthusiasts even apply a light coat before storing equipment for the winter, confident that when the next growing season arrives, their garden tools will be ready for immediate action with minimal upkeep required. Interestingly, new data from horticultural websites in 2024 suggests that applying WD-40 in tandem with a mild rust inhibitor works wonders for those who store tools in particularly damp sheds. Grandpa noticed that a combination of WD-40 and occasional sanding of worn edges has kept his trusty garden shears in near pristine condition despite decades of service. Number 4. Reviving old car parts. Cars, especially older models, often harbor squeaky hinges, rusted screws, and corroded battery terminals. Grandpa capitalizes on WD-40's multi-purpose properties to address several automotive annoyances. He starts by spraying the door hinges lightly and opening and closing the doors multiple times to distribute the product. This trick not only silences that grating squeal, but also wards off future friction damage. When it comes to battery terminals, a cautious application can help remove dirt and oxidation, but it's crucial to disconnect the battery cables beforehand for safety. WD-40's protective film also slows new corrosion, which is a boon for those living in wet or snowy regions. For older engines with stuck bolts or nuts, an overnight soak can loosen rust enough to make removal less frustrating. Grandpa recalls that some mechanics specifically mention WD-40 Specialist Penetrant for this type of task, as it's designed to penetrate rusted parts more effectively. Either way, these automotive hacks can breathe new life into an aging vehicle, sparing owners from costly repairs or replacements. In 2023, auto restoration channels on YouTube demonstrated that WD-40, when used on vintage car door seals, can also rejuvenate rubber surfaces, though it's vital to wipe off excess to avoid attracting dust. Grandpa's neighbor even claims to have softened hardened gaskets with repeated WD-40 applications, though professional advice might still be needed for severely cracked rubber. Number 5. Salvaging outdoor furniture. Wooden and metal chairs, tables, or benches left outside can deteriorate under harsh UV rays, fluctuating temperatures, and rain. Grandpa tackles this by cleaning the furniture with a mild detergent first and letting it dry thoroughly. Afterward, he gives metal portions a light WD-40 coating to repel moisture and discourage rust formation. For wooden surfaces, he focuses on the hardware, like screws and hinges, where rust can bleed into the wood if left untreated. Some homeowners also report using WD-40 to remove bird droppings and sticky tree sap from plastic furniture, finding it more efficient than traditional cleaners. It's essential, however, to test a small, hidden area first, because certain plastics can be sensitive to any oil-based formula. In recent product updates, WD-40 introduced variations like the WD-40 multi-use product with a smart straw, which makes it simpler to target tight spots. Grandpa swears by this approach, as it eliminates the frustration of trying to spray broad surfaces when only the hardware really needs attention. Interestingly, a 2024 article on patio maintenance suggests pairing WD-40 with a UV-resistant sealant for extended protection, especially if you live in an area with intense sunlight. Grandpa tried that method last summer, and his wooden bench appears less faded and more resilient against sudden temperature shifts. Number 6. Removing stubborn stains from household surfaces. Whether it's a scuff on the kitchen floor, a lipstick mark on the bathroom mirror, or a marker stain on a countertop, WD-40 can often step in to ease cleanup. Grandpa typically sprays a small amount onto a microfiber cloth instead of directly on the surface, which helps avoid overspray. He then rubs the stained area gently until it lifts. This method is especially effective on laminate and tile. though caution is advised on porous surfaces like untreated wood or stone, as it could potentially leave behind an oily spot. Interestingly, some home improvement blogs mention that WD-40 may even help remove faint paint overspray on tiles after a DIY project, though it might require repeated applications. It's worth noting that while WD-40 is a solvent-based product, it shouldn't replace specialized cleaning agents for every scenario. Grandpa's approach is to target only the specific spots that need attention, followed by a quick wipe down with warm water and soap to ensure no residue lingers. In 2023, a series of side-by-side tests revealed that WD-40 outperformed several all-purpose cleaners for stubborn marks on ceramic tiles, though it was less effective on certain textured surfaces. Some experts also recommend verifying that your flooring manufacturer approves oil-based products before widespread use. Number 7. Silencing squeaky hinges and door tracks. One of the earliest uses Grandpa discovered for WD-40 was eliminating that annoying squeak whenever someone opened the door. By aiming the straw at the hinge and giving it a quick burst, he disperses the lubricant into the pivot point, reducing friction between metal components. The same trick applies to sliding glass doors or windows that seem to grate along their tracks. A thorough cleaning of any dust or grime beforehand improves results. While there are specialized greases for certain high heat or high pressure applications, WD-40 remains a quick and versatile fix for common squeaks around the house. Many do-it-yourself enthusiasts confirm that reapplying every few months keeps everything gliding smoothly, especially in busy households where doors are in constant motion. Some experts caution against oversaturating the hinge area, as excess fluid might drip or attract dirt. But a careful, measured spray keeps everything tidy and operational without unnecessary buildup. In more recent discussions, individuals have noted that WD-40 can be particularly helpful for older window tracks made of aluminum, which can corrode over time and cause the sash to stick. Grandpa finds that this approach cuts down on the force needed to open or close windows, making daily tasks simpler. Number 8. Shielding electrical connections against moisture. Although WD-40 is not a dedicated electrical contact cleaner, Grandpa has seen success using it to ward off moisture on certain electronics, particularly in damp or rainy environments. For instance, small engines in lawnmowers or weed trimmers can suffer from damp spark plugs, making them difficult to start. A gentle mist of WD-40 can displace that moisture, though it's essential to wait for the excess to evaporate and wipe away any drips. Online discussions reveal that some mechanics also apply WD-40 to trailer hitch electrical plugs and car battery connectors, but stress the need to ensure everything is powered off to avoid accidents. It's equally vital not to rely on WD-40 as a permanent fix for severe electrical issues. It's more of a short-term solution to fend off corrosion or water intrusion. Grandpa always recommends following the manufacturer's guidelines for any specific device, especially if the item is under warranty, to prevent potential voiding of coverage due to unauthorized maintenance. Meanwhile, data from automotive maintenance forums in 2024 mentions that a specific WD-40 specialist electrical contact cleaner has become popular for more delicate components, offering faster evaporation than the standard formula. Though Grandpa hasn't tried that variant yet, he's heard promising feedback from neighbors who swear by its effectiveness in preventing minor electrical mishaps. Number 9. Cleaning BBQ grills and cookout gear. After a summer barbecue, grill grates and cooking utensils often accumulate layers of burnt-on residue that can be challenging to remove. Grandpa discovered that once the grill has cooled, a careful application of WD-40 can help loosen stubborn bits of char. He sprays a moderate amount onto the cooking surface, away from any open flame, given the product's flammability, and lets it sit for a minute. Using a stiff bristled brush, he scrubs off the loosened debris, making the final wipe down much simpler. Food safety guidelines emphasize the importance of thoroughly washing the grill with hot soapy water afterward to eliminate any remnants of the product. Many grill enthusiasts highlight that this method can save time compared to harsher chemical cleaners, though it's crucial to follow up with a rinse to ensure no residue remains. In fact, some new WD-40 formulas tout an improved nozzle design that allows precise targeting, ensuring you only hit the spots that need attention without spraying the entire grill area. Another tip Grandpa recently gleaned from a cooking forum is to use WD-40 on the exterior surfaces of portable grills to protect against rust when storing them long-term. Combining this approach with a weather-resistant cover can extend the overall lifespan of grilling equipment, especially in regions with unpredictable weather patterns. Number 10, preventing corrosion on metal surfaces. Keeping metal objects rust-free can be a significant challenge in humid or coastal regions, where salty air accelerates oxidation. Grandpa discovered that a consistent routine involving WD-40 can help maintain the appearance and longevity of metal fences, mailboxes, and decorative fixtures. He generally wipes down the surface to remove any grime or salt deposits, then applies an even coat of WD-40, taking care not to drench the area. This thin layer serves as a protective film, repelling water and slowing the onset of rust. Many homeowners who live near the ocean mention that repeating this process every few months yields remarkable results in preserving metal finishes. It's also beneficial for smaller items, such as bike chains or metal door knockers, which can lose functionality or aesthetic appeal if corrosion sets in. Grandpa advises storing any frequently used metal tools in a dry area afterward, complementing the WD-40 treatment to ensure they remain in excellent condition for the long term. Recently, some enthusiasts have started experimenting with WD-40 Specialist Corrosion Inhibitor in combination with the traditional formula, reporting that the specialized product adheres longer in salt-heavy environments. These ongoing experiments are documented in forums discussing 2024 best practices for maritime regions, offering those near the coast a chance to keep their metal assets in prime shape. Number 11. Rejuvenating leather and faux. Leather items. Though WD-40 isn't primarily marketed for leather care, Grandpa has found it handy for reviving certain leather surfaces, like old work gloves or tool belts. By misting a soft cloth with a minimal amount of WD-40 and then rubbing it into the leather, he helps restore some of the lost oils, bringing back a bit of suppleness. However, it's crucial to use moderation. Over-application can leave an oily residue. Faux leather items, such as some furniture or car seats, might also benefit from a careful dab to remove scuffs or small marks. After using WD-40, Grandpa usually wipes the surface with a clean cloth to ensure there's no leftover slickness. Many online voices caution that this hack won't replace specialized leather conditioners for premium or delicate leather goods, but it can be a quick fix for everyday items that have seen better days. Testing a hidden area first helps avoid any potential discoloration or material damage, especially with synthetic blends. Interestingly, new user feedback from 2023 includes reports of using WD-40, specialist silicone on certain types of faux leather to reduce friction and extend the item's lifespan, though Grandpa has yet to try this alternative formula himself. Some individuals even share before and after photos on social media, showcasing how a light touch of WD-40 revives dull patches on older leather jackets, provided it's wiped down thoroughly afterward. Number 12. Unsticking zippers and other fasteners. Jackets, bags, and cases can fall victim to stuck zippers or jammed fasteners, causing frustration when you're in a hurry. Grandpa's solution involves a small, precise application of WD-40 to the zipper teeth or the area around the fastener. He typically uses a cotton swab to dab it gently, ensuring no overspray reaches fabric or delicate linings. Once the product has had a few moments to work its magic, a gentle tug often frees the mechanism. This approach can also help remove accumulated grime or threads, making the zipper glide more smoothly. Many travelers share stories of how a quick WD-40 treatment rescued their luggage zippers mid-trip. A newer tip that has surfaced in some online forums suggests using the WD-40 Specialist silicone lubricant instead for fabrics, as it dries faster and leaves less residue. Grandpa believes both options can be viable, but either way, remembering to remove any excess is key to keeping clothes or bag interiors spotless. In 2024, a spike in travel-related content on various social platforms highlighted that WD-40 can even help with stubborn suitcase wheels or retractable handles. Grandpa recommends a cautious approach, avoiding prolonged contact with plastic parts that might degrade, but finds a single targeted spray can keep travel gear rolling smoothly for months.